Hello everyone and welcome to Whiskey Wednesday again. Today, something quite unusual. It's not often I get to talk about Springbank 21 at all, really. Limited releases per year, very difficult to get, and each year it tastes totally different. So how can you kind of give it a regular critique, as it were? This is the 2018 bottling, and it's 70% rum cask, 30% bourbon barrel. So already that's a little bit unusual. It's not something we see a lot of, even in Campbelltown whiskies, as experimental as they can be. But with this, it really brought up some surprises to me, especially when we tried it in like a big consumer tasting. Now, for those of you that aren't aware of Springbank, 3 different distilleries under one roof: Springbank, Longrow and Hazelburn. This is 2.5 times distilled. It's not, but it's just a combination of double and triple distilled whiskey put together, with a fair bit of smoke in it as well. I really dig Springbank 10. It's one of my favourite standard whiskies. That's a Springbank 10. It's just delicious for the price tag. But that's kind of a brief overview. Let's have a little taste, have a little smell. We'll see what's going on with Springbank 21. So in the usual Campbelltown kind of way, it's all natural colour. There's no chill filtration on it. It's 46%. There's a little bit of tingle of booze on the nose, but the lead flavour is like smoke, lime, mango and pineapple. It's remarkably exotic, and you can only really put that down to that combination of bourbon and rum casks, but the rum casks are probably ex-bourbon barrels as well. Yeah, it's like tinned fruit salad, like kind of pineapple and mango syrups, like tinned syrups, like mango puree. The smoke is more of like a grilled smoke, like if you put those fruits on a barbecue. Really kind of almost like earthy, tribal, mineralic kind of smoke notes. There's a bit of caramel, a little bit of kind of vanilla extract, a kind of really intense smelling vanilla. But really exotic, quite well rounded, and just little flurries of classic kind of Campbelltown kicking around in it, that little bit of smoke, that kind of earthy charm it has. The Springbank funk, which a lot of you kind of call it. But let's taste it. We'll see where we're at with the taste. The tropical nature of it really goes away once you taste it. It becomes more typical Springbank. It's earthier, it's a bit dirtier, it's a bit funkier, it's a bit spicier. That minerally element I was talking about of kind of limestone and chalk and all those kind of things. And there's always like an element of vermouth to it, or like almost like a Campari kind of martini vermouth thing going on. Bitter but kind of enjoyable at the same time. Yeah, the tropical thing really goes away. Then it becomes that more naturally dirty, spicy kind of style. No vanilla, no toffee, no caramel. Just earthy and smoky and quite bitter, but in a nice way. The only downside to Springbank is the availability. They sell out very quickly. The whiskey is remarkable, but there's just not a lot of it made. It's a very small distillery. It's like 750,000 litres a year, which is nothing in the grand scheme of whiskey making. The 21 is also, it does get quite expensive. It's anywhere from like as low as 200. I've seen people trying to sell it for as much as 350. So the price can sway depending where you are. I adore the smell. I really do. The smell is one of the things that I love about whiskey, that big, rich, tropical note with a little bit of smoke in there. That really sells it. The taste is nice, but I don't think the taste is as good as the smell is, so it kind of brings it down a little bit for me. And then there's availability and pricing, which is always the big limitation for all of us as whiskey drinkers and whiskey buyers. But besides that, it's a very well-made product. If you can pick it up for like $2.50, great. But in terms of the scoring, I think that's like a solid 8. It fills me with a sense of grandeur, and then it just drops me off a little bit, and I'd like the finish to be a little bit longer as well. That's me being overly critical of what is a very good whiskey. But I think that's a really solid 8 out of 10. So that's Springbank 21-year-old from 2018. If any of you ever find yourselves in Manchester, feel free to swing around and come and see me at the whiskey shop, because we've always got cool stuff open and we can chat and talk about how much you like the channel. But yeah, Springbank 21, 8 out of 10. Really phenomenal whiskey. A couple of small downsides. Can't wait to try this year's, want to see what that's about. But thank you all for watching. I'm Phil, and we'll see you all next week. Cheers.